All right, cool. So yeah, long story short, y'all, Courtney and I was just talking about Batman and just how Robin is a sick individual. I didn't know that. He just put me on
Yeah.
some like manga,
So dude,
comic book
they
type
go
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. I didn't know that. So okay, Courtney and I were just on the phone. We were just chilling. And I told Courtney the other day I hit him. I had a real big breakthrough with soft clipping versus limiting. And I realized, and I may be coming to a conclusion, that soft clipping my drum bus actually may not be as good as limiting my drum bus instead. So I'm gonna test the theory with him. I already did 2 mixes with doing it with the limiting, and it was so much better. That limiting on the bass and limiting on the drum bus sounded and felt so much better than saw clipping the bass or the drum bus. I'm still testing out this theory, but I already like saw how it translated, and I was like, bro, this sounds so much better. It made my drums feel a lot more open. I had the same punch. The dynamics were retained. The image, the biggest thing is the image felt was retained. But I'm just gonna show Courtney what I was talking about. So I'm gonna share my screen. All right, brother Court. So I'm sharing my screen. All right. So this is a session. I'm gonna go straight to the drums, which is right
Back to Pro Tools.
back to Pro TZ. I restarted my computer, so hopefully nothing, bugs out. Let me listen to this right quick.
So you want to go
Sorry about that. Gotta fix something.
Excuse me. Wow.
Bless you. Look at my dad.
Appreciate you.
No doubt. You already know. I have to set up. I have to.
Whoa. Crazy Zoom. Hold on.
Wait, what
Maybe
happened?
if I switch it to 4.1. I'm looking. So, y'all know how inputs and outputs go and I/O settings and all that stuff. But I'm looking at my I just changed my output in Ableton to the Zoom output. And wow, even at 44.1, it's limited. They don't have a 1024 or 2048, which I understand ideally why. I can't, given that I'm outputting to Zoom, I can't up my buffer size to 1048.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, interesting.
For Zoom, like it won't let you do that.
Yeah, or maybe I wonder. Maybe I also have to change my my input as well. So if I say no device,
then what would that
no,
be like?
yeah, I think because I'm outputting to Zoom, I'm limited to 512.
Oh wow,
that's interesting. Or maybe I could up it from Zoom.
Maybe you could. I would say maybe you could up it from Zoom, perhaps.
Do your thing. I'll tap in while I'm watching this lesson.
So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply a soft clipper. Right. What I'm gonna do is this. So this is what I'm gonna do. Let me just set up my soft clipper. So I'm gonna set up. So this is my total drum bus, right? So this is like all my drums are coming to this one aux in particular. I'm gonna duplicate it.
And that's the one that orange clip is on, or this is on something else?
This is the one that either orange clip is gonna be on or a limiter is gonna be on. So this is what goes directly to my summing amp. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the aux that's going to my summing amp. So I'm gonna mute this one. Hold on, let me take off the grouped. 1 second. Let's mute all of these hoes. I'm muting everything but my drums. So on this one, I'll put orange clip, and on this one, I'll put the maximizer. So let's put this on. And let me turn this off. So boom, put 0. I'm just pretty much zeroing everything out for the most part. Orange clip, zeroed out. Okay, cool. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna compare 3 dB of clipping, soft clipping versus 3 dB of limiting. Right. I'm gonna make sure they're also hitting at the same peak volume. So I'm gonna literally pretty much match them and say, okay, this is what 3 dB of soft clipping sounds like at this peak, and this is what 3 dB of limiting sounds like at this peak, and we'll compare them. Okay, so first, let me get 3 dB of soft clipping on my drums. Okay, cool. So 3 dB of soft clipping. Let me look at the peak right quick and match it. 1 sec. Okay, peak was 4.7, so I'm gonna increase this 3 dB. I'm just gonna level match, basically match them peak wise. Let me see. So before it was 4.7. And now after soft clipping and compensated for the volume, it's 4.7. Okay, so I'm matched. I'm level matched in the whole 9 with the soft clipping. Now let's do 3 dB of limiting. And I'm gonna try to get 3 dB of limiting. What's that? Also, I'm gonna make the ceiling negative 4.7 so that we know, hey, I am at the same peak. So ceiling is gonna be, the output volume level is gonna be negative 4.7. So let's get it. All right, so now I know I'm hitting about 3 dB of at peaks. 3 dB of gain reduction is happening at the very most. Okay, so now I'm gonna compare 3 dB of the limiting versus 3 dB of the soft clipping. Let me make sure the peak of this limiter is hitting at negative 4.7. I actually need to turn it up a little bit because I'm at negative 5.2 right now. So I'm really bad at math. So let's do this at negative 4.4. What's that? I need 0.2 more dB. So negative 4.2. Okay, so I know they're level matched as far as a peak volume standpoint. Now I'm just gonna go back and forth between them and see which one I prefer. I'm gonna put my sub on too so I can hear it. So this one right here is soft clipping, and this one right here is limiting. I'm gonna test it out. Literally, I'm doing this and testing it with you. Like I'm just like, I wonder which one is gonna sound better. So I'm doing this one right here. All right, listening. I'm gonna go back and forth between the two. So this is soft clipping right here, and this is limiting. So let's listen to soft clip first. Let me tell you what I hear. Let me tell you what I hear. First, tell me what you hear. Tell me what you hear. And then I'm going to tell you what I hear. And which one I prefer.
Well, I definitely had to listen a little bit closer.
Yes.
Because at first it sounded roughly identical. But then I was like, given what we talked about before, I was like, well, let me listen to the low end. Things felt smoothened out on the clipped signal, but to a point where nothing was really necessarily standing out. And it did kind of feel like because the harmonics are essentially what's really being focused on, it, you know, more of the weight was getting lost. I was hearing the impact, but more of the weight of it was getting lost.
I felt more with impact, right, with the soft clipper.
With the limiter, with the limiter though, I felt more weight along with the added benefit of the impact is still there. You know?
What I feel like is, and what I've been noticing in the translation of it is,
yeah,
the limiter seems to retain the width of the sound. The soft clipper seems to make things feel more. It does make things hit harder, but I do feel like it makes things feel smaller though.
Yeah,
for some reason, I'm noticing it feels smaller. It's hitting harder, a bit more harder, but I'm noticing that the limiter kind of retains the image a lot better. And it feels a little bit, and it makes my drum still feel a little bit more dynamic. So this is what I want you to focus your ear on this time around. I want you to listen to the hi-hat. So listen to the hi-hat, right? And I want you to feel that hi-hat go from here to here, going in between the two. Focus your ear on the hi-hat, okay? Strictly focus your ear on the hi-hat. So saw clipping first. Bro, do you notice that image? Like there's more, for some reason, the hi-hats feel like they spread out a little bit more on the limiting side as opposed to the soft clipping side.
They're way more on the outer edges of the I'm not saying that they're out on the outer edges, but it's more feel way more wide.
Yeah, it feels
way more wide.
Yeah, so I've been looking at that, and then what I've been really paying a close attention to is the low end, right? For some reason, the low end on the soft clipping side feels smaller as opposed to when I have the limiter side. Now the low end feels how can I say? The low end feels like it has a little bit more like just openness to it. It feels like it's breathing a bit more.
I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. And you said I was crazy, but this is why I think coming back now, seeing how you're messing with the drums and bass, I think that's why I kind of took a liking to the BX channel, the channel stem limiter, especially for my vocals, because I was like, that's what it's literally what I said in the pod episode. I needed something to brick wall my vocal because I needed to just like treat the whole spectrum of the vocal, like just keep it right here. Keep all of it right here. I don't want to necessarily clip it to where it's like of course I could use gold clip, but even with gold clip, there were certain moments where I'm just like, I don't know. There's sometimes just once or twice there's like a peak that's just like, I know it's not gonna go get louder than that peak, but that peak is a peak,
right? And so you shave off that little.
The channel limiter really keeps it like, I know here, even with the added benefit of if I want to, I can add some saturation. It's not gonna leave this final result.
Right. I understand that. I totally understand that. Which is kind of where I'm leaning towards. So I'm leaning towards kind of like what you were talking about, just even with a vocal standpoint. It's like, damn, I think I want to lean more into limiting buses as opposed to soft clipping them. I think I'll start using, and I already do. I use soft clipping more for individual elements, which is what I've been kind of preaching. I've been like, I like it for individual stuff, but I'm realizing, I like limiting on bus material. So I'm going to try this one more time. This time around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen in on the low end. So I'm going to turn my sub on for me personally, and I'm going to really listen to the bottom end of this sound. And then we'll go on to a bass and test the theory. So I'm going to listen to the low end of this right quick, limiting versus soft clipping. Let me listen. Yep. One second. Let me take a few things off. So I want to make sure it's dry. Let me listen again. Bro, my room shakes on the limiter. And on my room shakes. So what I did just now was I listened much louder. Like I listened much louder. I was like, let me listen loud with my sub on. Dog, the low end is so much more retained and hitting harder on that limiter side. Yeah, it breathes. It breathes more. It feels
also too. What I told you again, paywall content, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this paywall.
No, it is no shade to our boy Ryan, and or Schwab Digital, but it's more so the experimentation and learning from the experimentation of picking your battles with these plugins, and not to say that they can't be used to achieve, they can't be combined to achieve the same purpose. But even going back to another argument we had, it just, for some reason in my head, bro, I was preferring, even at the beginning with my kicks and basses, throwing gold clip and or orange clip on the kick or the bass, and then getting that initial, like, it's cutting through, but then at the end of the line, going back down to limitless. It being a limiter, there's just again, why going bad just hit the way it do. There's just, like, it brings out, like, weight. It really brings out weight while retaining the shape of the harmonics.
The shape, what a great way to put it. It retains the shape of the harmonics. So now, okay, back to soft clipping. I'm using orange clip on individual stuff. Like, that's just what I'm using, orange clip. If I feel like I want something to be loud and saturated, like with that kind of crushed high sound, now I'm going to orange clip to get something out of, like, a snare or a hi-hat. Like, I'm using orange clip for those purposes. But when it comes to my drum,
I'm still using it on my kick too, because I can still go back down the line. Like
that too, because it gives harmonics to the kick. By the way, this kick right now, guess what it has on it? It got orange clip on it. This kick right now. Ooh. So I'm using orange clip.
Where'd you put that Magma BB Tubes on? That's the stereo bus?
Oh, my brother, I gotta show you something another day.
What's that?
Where's it? Right here. So, this is one of my transformers. That's one of my transformers. You want to hit his transformer? Yo, yeah. Courtney, chill. I think this one, I made this one. How can I do it? Oh, let me see if it's on. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Let me put it on. Let me make sure it's on limiting, that the bus is limiting instead of soft clipping. Yeah, I'm limiting. All right. So this is my transformer. I love this transformer. I made this transformer. It adds, like, how can I say it? It adds just harmonic distortion to anything I want, as far as kicks, anything. It just adds distortion, like a beautiful distortion. Let me see what it sounds like. So without first. See it help the kick cut a little bit. I'm gonna crank it just so you can hear what it's doing. I'm gonna crank it. It's like this bitey pow. Like, you know what I mean? It just adds, like, this bitey, like, little pow. I'll solo the kicks.
Adds a lot of grit.
Yeah, adds a lot of grit. I'll solo the kicks by itself so you can really hear it. One sec.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here it goes. It just adds, like, this little cut through. You know what I mean? Like, a little bit of high end.
I was gonna say you don't even have to go that high from me listening on the phone. I was hearing it, like, off rip.
But that's
go back down to what you had it before and bypass it real quick. Okay. With the kick solo.
So, like, leave it like this, or
go back down to the output you had it at before.
This is the output. This is where I had it. Right here.
Oh yeah. Yep. So leave it like that. Yeah.
And mute it back and forth, you saying?
Yep.
Okay, without first.
Wow. It's cutting through.
It just helps it cut a little bit. It just added upper harmonics to the entire sound, like a parallel. I'll show you the shade. Excuse me. Oh my god.
Bless you.
Oh gosh, this is all live.
Bless you.
Real time. No edits. Yo, you put me on. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yo, one of the greatest distortion and harmonic plugins of all time.
Yeah, you're right.
There's no killer for this because I've got, and it's not saying that it's better than other plugins. There's probably literally no plugin to me that does what this plugin does.
For real. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I've been considering doing with this plugin? Putting it on every channel.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to put it on vocals. I really do.
I've been considering.
I really do. It's such a nasty little plugin,
nasty.
bro.
I've been considering putting it either on all my stems as a preamp,
so
or as
on
all the sounds. I've been like, yo, I've been kind of wanting because it just added a little bit.
I can give you a challenge actually that I think this could be. You could purpose this with.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What if you made a channel, a transformer channel, where you're replicating your knee?
Yo, STL tones. You
have room for knee plugin?
Yo, no. Remember what STL tones does? It allows you to model analog gear. Son, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say this. And I'm glad we in the paywall. I would say this out loud on the podcast though. I'm considering selling my knee Portico Master Bus, bro, processor.
Because of the STL tone stuff.
One, because I only use my knee Portico for like two things. I don't like the compressor of the knee Portico. I don't like the limiter of the knee Portico. I'm also starting to not become the biggest fan of the silk buttons. I'm not really a biggest fan of putting silk on my entire mix. So I'm kind of not, I haven't been using my silk button at all. And then the only thing I'm using is the SFE section, which is like width and mono, bringing up some mono capability and moving. That's the only thing I use it for, and it's tone of the box. But I said, yo, if I could even get just even a little closer, like close to that in STL tones or something, I would get rid of it. It's 5 racks. What I want is, bro, this is what I want. I'm sorry, I have to show you this. What is it called? I want the Jesse Ray shit. Yo, Jesse Ray is one of the goats, bro. All right, we gotta stop. He's one of the goats. This is what I want. And if anybody wants to buy me this, they can, bro. This is what I want, Courtney.
Evil,
bro. It's a tube amplifier, more for mastering, bro. You want to hear it? Yo. Hold on. Let me let you hear it. Yo, Courtney, bro. This is the one.
It remind me of Shadow Hills.
Uh-huh.
The design, like the interface, kind of remind me of Shadow Hills.
It's Shadow Hill, yeah. It's not a compressor. It's not like a compressor. It's not a anything like that. It's literally just a tone box, bro. Tubes. It's crazy tubes, and it's like a tone box. Tubes. Yeah, it's just tubes. Bro, check this out.
Fire though.
Sweetwater helps music.
Bro, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna show you the one on their page, but this dude did a fire example of it. He's gonna take it out the circuit. Just wait for it. Bro, yo, but we know I've seen Jesse Ray. He used this on Doja Cat, the Woman record. Bro, it seems like this piece adds this just mid-range brilliance, like this clarity. It just brings out stuff. But there's so many options, like with the transformers, with the two.
Then you go through it with the air.
And here's the beautiful thing. Here's why I think this piece is elite. And then I'll leave it at that. I think the piece is elite because it has this auto pad function inside of it where it keeps the voltage the same on the output. So you know how you think it's like, is that just volume I'm hearing? It auto compensates for that. So what you're getting is more perceived volume and making sure you're not eating up a bunch of headroom. So what
it's always being attacked from the appropriate headroom.
Exactly. So what you're hearing is not a 2 dB difference. That's literally all harmonics. You're not hearing a volume difference. You're hearing, it feels like 3 dB, but it's just all harmonics being added. So it's in the piece. That's such a modern idea to put in a piece, like a gain match. You know what I mean?
That's different.
So that's why
different.
that's why I want it, because bro, it's automatic perceived volume, no headroom, like boom. Oh my god! And usually it's hard to find tube shit that makes low end sound better. You know what I mean? Like, because tube stuff sometimes it'll squish low end a little bit. It's like it's a little too close. That's what I want to trade my knee portable master bus for. That literally, bro, I just would send my mixes through it. That's it.
Yeah. Just print the stems through it, print the whole thing through it.
Print the whole thing through it. That's it. And that's because that's kind of what I use my knee portable. I use it for tone, like to give me a tone, like print my mixes through it. That shit though, bro.
Insane. Okay.
It's just hard to sell a $5,000 piece of equipment, to be honest with you. Like, without taking a hit. I don't want to take a hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do understand that. Whatchamacallit, tap into the chain. What's the plugins on it?
Which chain?
The transformer.
Oh,
so
yeah, I got you.
After Little Radiator.
So Little Radiator, I'm hitting it with the SSL. I'm doing the Dr. Dre, the famous Dr. Dre parallel compression. So it's the eyes. So it's all the way right, all the way left with the attack and release, like the eyes and stuff. I'm getting it like 8 dB, I think. Smashing it, like super smashing it. Black box, you know the vibes. I'm getting that top end. Those top end harmonics, like those upper harmonics and stuff. This is what's adding kind of like that, heard, felt kind of sound to it.
Yeah.
Then we got BB. This is probably the warmest saturator to this day. Still, to me, like one of the warmest saturators I have in my chain. Super warm. This is my preset. To be honest, if I open up this bass relief, I bet you it would sound even better. That's something new I learned with it. Like kind of opening up the bass relief. It kind of feels like it lets the bass breathe a little bit more. I'm not sure if that's what it does, but that's what it sounds like to me. It like backs off on the bass, like for some reason. Like I like the sound of it. I've been doing this on my mixes lately.
Actually, I might tap. Go ahead. I was seeing it from my phone screen. I'm gonna tap in with that. I'm gonna look at the BB2's manual.
Yep, that's facts. Let me know. Then I got the drive on the SSL comp on the SSL NLS bus.
For sure, the famous SSL Jason Joshua.
And then I got it
from it.
Yep, and then I got the just the Pro Q3 on it. Now the trick for me, the crazy shit is I have it in linear phase. And the reason why I have it in linear phase is because I'm not really so much looking for the punch of the bottom end, because you know how throwing your shit in linear phase, you can lose some of the low end. I'm not looking for low end on this particular one. I'm looking for more of a punch. So I'm taking off all of that stuff on the bottom and basically taking out the mud, right? Like the muddiness, and just looking for like a clean punch. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why this EQ is the most important part, because I'm taking out pretty much all the low end of it, taking out some of the muddy kind of stuff that could be there, and then just adding like the upper stuff to make it cut. And that's what's helping me make it cut, the linear phase button.
Given the conversation me and Ulysses had the other day, do you think you would sub that out for the Neutron EQ?
I gotta experiment, because this is I've had this for like 2 years. Like this is my chain for like 2 years in it. So perhaps if I switched out to the Neutron, because I feel like the Neutron is more transparent. We've been talking about that a lot. Then probably, I would probably switch over to the only reason I'm using linear, you know why I'm using linear phase, because obviously if I put it in zero latency, it might fuck with the phase too much on so I gotta be careful. So I might try that. Have you tried the soft saturation on that Neutron EQ?
No,
Courtney.
But I just might. Hold on, we just happened to a session to do it. But finish out with that transformer chain first, and also too, bass relief. You were right, by the way. You hit the nail on the head.
Oh, what is it?
Bass relief controls the amount of bass that is excluded from the tube engine, where the shell filter is set to 350 hertz, compensated at the end of the chain. By reducing some low-frequency information from the tube input signal, the bass can appear more articulate and at times even stronger. Range from 0 to 100.
Wow, let me see something right quick. Wow, it's tighter with it at 0, and it's more open and looser with it at 100.
At 100.
I gotta test out to see how I like it, within it. But interesting.
Less of it is going through the tubes, yeah.
Right. So
And then
it's ignoring the circuit. Okay.
Oh, and then no, that was it. That was it. You just had the Pro Q3. What's that? You had the D3, the Pro Tools stock.
I don't use it though. I think that was I think that was like one time it was noisy. It was adding a lot of noise to one of the kicks.
Okay.
And I just had it there for shits and giggles, and that was it. You got me.
Got you.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to hear the saturation. The what you call it. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about.
The soft saturation on the Neutron?
Because I've never tried it. Me and you've been staring at it for a very long time, but
I'm about to say I have it loaded up on this vocal chain.
Oh, let me see. Oh, so switch with me right quick.
I'm about to show you my screen.
Hold on.
And I can show you this
I want to see.
This John. You gotta enable screen sharing, my brother.
Oh, my fault, OG.
Gucci.
Multiple.
Gucci.
How do I? Hold on. I just gotta go to participants probably. What?
The one that's fully straight on.
Spotlight for everyone. Rename. Allow. How do I allow? Well, oh, here we go. All participants. Okay. Who else can start sharing when someone else is sharing? All participants. Okay, cool. Go ahead. I'll just cut all this out. I know what minute it was at.
Got you.
All right, so Courtney's trying to figure out his soft saturation joint, but it's his screen thing. But I'm just gonna try it out for myself. Literally, I'm just gonna try it out. So we're gonna open it up. So basically, what we're talking about is Neutron 4 has this soft saturation. Well, all the Neutron 3, 2, I guess, has this soft saturation setting on their EQ. Now, when I hear the word soft saturation, I think about converters. I think about gold clip. I think about like all that type of stuff that adds like kind of like this sustain to transients and to things of that nature. And then with soft saturation, just the way it kind of shaves peaks. So I'm just interested. I don't know what this soft saturation sounds like, but I'm gonna check. What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna boost some of the EQs, and then I'm just gonna keep going between soft saturation and it regular. Like what the boost does. Does it change the sound of the boost? Let me see.
Do you like to bring up my past when
Take downs. Just wanna see niggas rap.
I hear that. I heard
There
that.
we go. Never mind.
You fixed
My
it?
fault. I think I fixed it. But go ahead. Do you think?
Okay, I'll try it. Listen, I'm doing it just like you. I want to see it on yours too. So, okay, this is my vocal. Let me see.
Do you like to bring up my past when you making decisions? Remember when we started this? No, please don't let it finish. Do you really think it's better out there for you? I'm the only one that can afford you, baby, cause
Okay, cool. I boosted just whatever range. This is not, I didn't do this, whatever. Let me hit soft saturate, which is right up here. Let me see what it sounds like.
do you like to bring up my past when you making decisions? Remember when we started this? No, please don't let it finish. Do you really think it's better out there for you? I'm the only one that can afford you, baby, cause it's giving no commitment. Riding around the town with these other women.
It sounds, the EQ sounds way warmer. I noticed that.
Yeah.
Let me bypass it back and forth with soft saturation on though. So without.
Do you like to bring up my past when you making decisions? Remember when we started this? No, please don't let it finish. Do you really think it's better out there for you? I'm the only one that can afford you, baby, cause it's giving no commitment. Riding around.
So to me, it just feels warmer to me. It feels warmer. I would be careful because I feel like I lost, how can I say? I feel like I lost some of the clarity in my sound a bit. I wonder if I throw it up at the top, like soft saturation at the top. I wonder if it'll give me like a warmer high end, right? Like a more clean high end. Let me see.
Do you like to bring up my past when you making decisions? Remember when we started this? No, please don't let it finish. Do you really think it's better out there for you? I'm the only one that can afford you, baby, cause it's giving no commitment. Riding around the town with these other women.
It almost feels like it gives me like a thicker high end. I know that sounds silly, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the
No,
high,
I see what you mean though.
the high end feels thicker and warmer.
A lot warmer type stuff. Yeah.
Maybe I'll use it more for like high end boosting. Cause it's interesting. It was an interesting boost in the high end. Like that high end boost was interesting. It was more like thick. You have yours queued up.
It wasn't jarring.
It wasn't. You have yours queued up.
Ableton.
Yo, you know what I've been liking to do lately.
What?
After I finish, in my mix bus processing, when I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got this from Baines, but I wound up needing to do it for a mix the other day, and I was like, yo, I might start doing this. I winded up putting the EQ at the end of my chain, at my mix bus, which is this. I've been taking like 20K and above, like this kind of move. Whoops, sorry about that. I've been taking 20K and above here, and I've been turning it down like a dB. Kind of like creating, like kind of just edging off the top end a little bit. And it's been making things, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it's been sounding better to me. Like just taking off a little bit of top end at the very end. Yeah, I can make it. Yeah, it feels a lot easier on my ear. Like everything gets more focused. I seen Baines do it in his mix with the Masters, and it opened my eyes. I was like, maybe I should start. And I seen David Youngin also, he mixes into a 20K shelf, like a 20K cut. Mm-hmm. He's mixing into it. He's like, this shit up here just feels messy. And he's right. It kind of cleans the mix up a bit when I kind of shelve things off a bit. Just throwing it out there to you. Just that one thing. I was like, oh shit, I might start actually messing with that a bit.
I'm gonna try that.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah, let's try this.
Come on with it. And then I gotta go upstairs.
I got you. Ready this real quick.
And we should. I want to try it on the bass too. Before we get out.
The soft saturation. The soft saturation you want to try on the bass?
Oh, what you wanted? Yeah.
Oh, no, or were you talking about the?
Oh no, I was talking about
soft clipping and limiting.
Soft clipping and limiting on the bass. Yeah, I was talking about that. Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, because I got some stuff in there that we can do that too as well. Hold on, I'm trying to load it up now. We test the
share your screen
to make sure. Zoom.
Let me mark this too. Notes.
Desktop first. Share. Cool. Okay, so first.
$32. What was it? What the fuck was it? 33.
Okay. Show our screen. Stay on system. Why can I still not hear this? I'm in the Zoom settings too.
Nick, are you? You messed up again? Is it not working again, bro?
I don't know. It was just working.
This guy, bro. You gonna make me?
It's not me, bro.
It is you. It's you. It's ABLETON. It's your gang.
Can you hear that?
I don't hear nothing. Wait. Oh, take off original sound from musicians. I mean, put on original sound from musicians.
It is on.
I don't hear it.
Hold on.
Come on with it.
There we go.
Press play. Men not for ear nothing, Courtney. Men not for ear nothing.
I hear it on mine. Why me, Lord? Why me?
Me not for no, man. Me not for no, bro. All right, you figure that out. Let me test out the bass thing right quick in the meantime. And then it's skedaddle. We'll figure it out for, I guess, the next session, right?
That's OD, bro. It just worked the last time.
I know. That's why I'm like, what the heck happened? All right, it's all good. Let's just test out the what's this shit called? What I said? Let's test out. Oh, bass. Let's test it out. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, Courtney. Don't worry. Don't worry, Courtney. All right, cool. I'm gonna duplicate the bass. Let me just start setting it up. So we're gonna test the limiter idea on bass. So here's the bass.
Do you like to bring up my...
All right, so let me make sure there's no soft clipping on the bass bus because I'm pretty sure in this particular mix I did that. It breaks my heart too. When I listen, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could make it sound so much better, but it's already done. Pads? Wait, what the hell? Where's my bass bus? Hold on. Here's my bass. Wait, I didn't soft clip it? Huh? Hold on. I didn't soft clip this? Sorry, that's so not like me. I didn't soft clip that bass at all. Which is probably why I like the... Yo, hold on. Let me see, bass. Yeah, there's no soft clipping. Okay. All right, so let's give it a shot. Oh, I think when I added the soft clipper, I think this bass had already so much upper harmonics. Oh, no, I tested my theory. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. Okay, cool. So I did. I switched the soft clipping for limiting in this test already because I was like, wow. I told you I've been testing it a lot. Yeah. All right, so let's check it. All right, so let me open up Orange Clip. Take this off. Put this down to 0. Okay, I'm at 0 now. And then let's put a maximizer on the other bass, right? And test the theory. So 0. This is here. Okay, cool.
Unless that would just be always.
Okay, cool. Let's test it out. I thought that was my computer because I had that same mouse pad. I was confused. So let's get like 3 dB of limiting going, soft clipping going on the bass. Cool, 3 dB of soft clipping is happening. I'm gonna boost this 3 dB to compensate for the volume or the voltage, headroom that we've quote unquote lost. Let me look at what the peaks are. So the peaks are hitting at 11.7. Let me be very sure. Cool. So on my fader channel, 11.7, negative 11.7. All right, now let's go to the other bass or this one and try to get 3 dB of gain reduction. And I know that I want 11.7 on my ceiling, so negative 11. It's actually going to be 10.7 because I have it negative. I have 1 dB down, so 10.7. All right, cool. Let's see what we get. All right, now let's check the peaks. Let me see if I'm making sure my peaks are at negative 11.7. All right, cool. So both peaks, negative 11.7, 3 dB of soft clipping versus 3 dB of limiting. Testing it out. I'm playing it loud for myself with my sub on so I can really hear the low end. So this is soft clipping. So let's listen to soft clipping first, and then I'll keep going back between them. So what I notice is kind of the same thing. The width of the bass, to me, it just feels like there's more width. Now, with the saw clipping, I do hear more top-end harmonics, right? Like upper harmonics. I do feel like that one may cut a little bit more. But as far as the fullness and like dynamics of the bass, I feel like I'm getting more size out of the limiter version of the bass as opposed to the I'm not letting my ears get fooled by, I think that one is louder. I'm really just listening to the sonics and like, which one feels like it's breathing a bit more and has a little bit more like, just like I don't know. What's bothering me the most with saw clipping versus limiting is the size, bro. It's the width. Something about the width of it just has something. Let me listen one more time just for my sanity. Saw clipping first. I'm gonna take my sub off. So I'm gonna take my sub off so I can just listen to like just upper harmonics. So I hear more upper harmonics on the soft clip. I hear a little bit more like grittiness and stuff, which is that Fruity Loop characteristic, I feel like. But with the other bass, I feel like I'm hearing a more openness. Like I feel like I'm getting a little bit more openness in the bass. Like that's what I feel like I'm getting between the two. So the bass with the soft clipper feels tighter and more growlier, but with the limiting, I feel like I'm getting a more openness and fullness from the bottom. So pick your poison. Personally, me, I'm going with the limiter for that low end sound because of how it's reproducing that width on the low end as far as what I'm feeling.
I think I will go for the limiter too, to be honest, off of that reason.
Yeah, it just feels like I have more space. There's a little bit more openness, which I know isn't gonna feel, because I want my bass tight, right? But I don't want it to feel closed, you know, like at the same time. So I think I'm gonna use soft clipping more for individual elements and then limiting more for overall shaping. Like I think I'm gonna use for overall shaping. I think I like limiting for overall shaping and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's what I got. But we can get out of here. I'm going to get this video up soon. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that another Geek Out session. Courtney, we got to figure out your joint.
Like, yeah, that was crazy. That was tragic.
Yeah, I might even give you the hype mic. You know the hype mic?
I have the hype mic.
Oh, you have one.
It's the it's the audio coming from the computer. That's the issue.
Right. It's USB. But the beautiful thing about the hype mic, I think you can plug a headphone into the hype mic and just use it like an interface, because technically the hype mic is an interface.
I see what you mean.
You understand?
Okay.
It's an interface, so I think it can be your all-in-one. You just plug into the hype mic and then you're good. But I don't know if the audio will get shared with Zoom. This is where Omnibus will come in. We'll figure it out. But
yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. This was another Geek Out session with your boy Courtney and yourself. Hopefully we definitely will do more of these. Literally, this was impromptu. We were talking on the phone and I was like, let's just press record. And that's it. But yo, bro, that limiter versus saw clipping, it's a conversation. At the very least, I think it's a conversation. Yeah. I'm yeah, for sure. I see Tizio putting limiters on his too. On his drum bus. That's what made me go, let me go back to that right quick. Let me try that again. And then I was like, ooh, it sounds nice. So that
makes sense.
Only thing I'll say is he put saw clipping on his entire mix bus, which I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna check out. Because whoa. But yeah, that's it. All right, I'm out of here. I'm gonna stop recording right now. Peace out, y'all.